Drostan Macquarie yanked the pallet of sheared wool by the twine wrapped around it, and then hefted it up onto one shoulder. He inhaled the briny scent of mid-tide as he pivoted and carried it with heavy footfalls toward the waiting Carrick ship. The morning was crisp, but the sun promised that spring was on its way to the western isles of bonny Scotland. Gulls cried, swooping down to attack a flopping fish that fell from a net being hoisted above the scurry of dock workers and traders at Mull's Port. "A good yield this spring," Callum, his twin brother, said as he trudged under the weight of another pallet of wool. "Curse or no curse, sheep seem to have no problem multiplying and growing wool on Wolf Isle." Drostan cut his brother a glare. "We dunna talk about the curse," he said, his voice hushed as he glanced to see who may have heard. But Mull's dock was in a frenzy of loading and unloading, and no one seemed to notice. Callum smiled back. In fact, since he'd married Anna Montgomery, his brother rarely showed any other emotion than bloody happiness. "'Tis broken," Callum said, referring to the legendary curse placed upon their ancestral isle, which was only a rock skip across from Mull, home of their allies, the MacLeans. Drostan looked away as they climbed the plankway to load their wool onto Tor MacLean's ship, the Beast, for the short trip over to the mainland where the wool would be handed off to its buyer. "Several lads have asked Adam if they can settle on our isle," Callum said, grunting as they lowered their burdens in a designated place. "The sheep are happy, the children are happy, Adam has a healthy son, and Beck's first bairn is on the way. Not to mention that the willow tree has unfurling leaves." There was no use mentioning that the tarnished dagger placed by the witch a century ago was still embedded in the willow tree's trunk. Callum knew this, and Drostan wasn't going to be overheard spreading rumours about the curse on the Macquarie Clan. "Eliza's old shipmates have the town of Ormeck nearly back to its original sturdiness, and Lark wants flowers planted everywhere this spring." Callum clumped back down the plank, following Drostan to retrieve another pallet. "Good," Drostan said, eyeing his brother. "Then I dunna have to wed and learn all about love in order to break the—" He moved his hand as if continuing on without saying curse. Callum crossed his arms over his chest and grinned like a fool. "You may want to reconsider. Marriage to the right lass will banish that frown that plagues you. Anna makes me smile all day, and especially at night, when I can steal her away from her sisters." "God's teeth, Callum, I know. You tell everyone how lucky you are to be wed to an angel." Drostan hefted another pallet of wool and stalked away, pausing only to allow a tenacious gull to hop out of his path with half a fish in its beak.